Frank Sedgman. Birthplace Mount Albert, Australia. More Frank Sedgman, 1584 of 1816, the best athletes of all time. 33 of 216, the greatest men's tennis players of all time. 6 of 20, the best men's tennis players of the 1950s. Frank Rosolino. Birthplace Detroit, Michigan. More Frank Rosolino, 7 of 126, the greatest trombonists of all time. 5 of 73, the greatest jazz trombonists of all time. 3 of 53, the best jazz trombonists in the world. Frank Marshall. Birthplace Glendale, California, United States of America. More Frank Marshall, 261 of 309, famous people most likely to live to 100. 550 of 743, the greatest directors in movie history. Frank Loesser. Birthplace New York City, New York, United States of America. Frank Hornby. Birthplace Liverpool, United Kingdom. Frank Gatski. Birthplace Farmington, West Virginia. More Frank Gatski, 844 of 1323, the best football players ever. 13 of 35, undeserving members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 62 of 150, the best Cleveland Browns of all time. Frank Finlay. Birthplace Far North, United Kingdom. Frank Church. Birthplace Boise, Idaho, United States of America. Frank Stapleton. Birthplace Dublin, Republic of Ireland. More Frank Stapleton, 94 of 102, best Manchester United players of all time. Ranked 79 of 117, the best Arsenal players of all time. 24 of 81, the best soccer players from Ireland. Frank Lautenberg. Birthplace Paterson, New Jersey, United States of America. Frank Cho. Birthplace Seoul, South Korea. Franklin Chang Daz. Birthplace San Jose, Costa Rica. Frank Ferri. Birthplace Rhode Island. Frank Zamboni. Birthplace Eureka, More Frank Zamboni, 604 of 796, famous American inventors. List 377 of 1283, every person who has been immortalized in a Google Doodle. Frank Whaley. Birthplace USA, New York, Syracuse. Frank Sinkwich. Birthplace McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania. More Frank Sinkwich, 70 of 83, the best Heisman Trophy winners of all time. 16 of 44, the best University of Georgia football players of all time. 20 of 52, the best Detroit Lions quarterbacks of all time. Frank Shamrock. Birthplace Santa Monica, California, United States of America. More Frank Shamrock, 57 of 145, the greatest MMA legends of all time. 19 of 44, the best UFC fighters who walked away from the octagon. 24 of 42, the best MMA fighters from United States. Frank Malzone. Birthplace, New York City, New York, or Frank Malzone, 56 of 146, the best Boston Red Sox of all time, 69 of 120, the greatest third baseman of all time, 7 of 23, the best Red Sox third baseman of all time. Frank Leahy. Birthplace, O'Neill, Nebraska, more Frank Leahy, 30 of 133, the best college football coaches of all time, 9 of 18 athletes who died of cancer. Frank DeWinne. Birthplace, Ghent, Belgium, more Frank DeWinne, 74 of 331 male space travelers. A complete list, 64 of 311 UNICEF Goodwill Ambassadors. Frank DeCaro. Birthplace, New York City, New York, United States of America, more Frank DeCaro, 70 of 70, the greatest Daily Show correspondents of all time, 20 of 23, the funniest gay comedians of all time, 80 of 315 American stand-up comedians, the best comics in the USA. Frank Coraci. Birthplace, USA, New York. Shirley Moore Frank Coraci, 97 of 120, the best comedy directors in film history, 21 of 55, the best romantic comedy directors in film history. Frank B. Kellogg. Birthplace, contiguous United States, New York. Potsdam, United States of America, United States, more Frank B. Kellogg, 22, 23, 24, 43, the most influential people of all time, 208 of 432, the most important leaders in you. History, 41 of 68, the best former U.S. Secretaries of State of all time. Frank Borzage. Birthplace, Salt Lake City, Utah, United States of America. Franklin Morales. Birthplace, San Juan de los Morros, Venezuela. Franklin Leonard Poe. Birthplace, Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Frank O'Connor. Birthplace, Cork, Republic of Ireland, more Frank O'Connor, 101 of 171, the best short story writers of all time, 10 of 33, the best Irish authors. Frank Gorshin. Birthplace, Pittsburgh, USA. Pennsylvania, more Frank Gorshin, 15 of 26, the best actors who played Batman villains on film, 3 of 19, every actor who's played or voiced the Riddler, rank. Frank Ryan. Birthplace, Fort Worth, Texas, more Frank Ryan, 183 of 252, the best quarterbacks of all time, 1187 of 1323, the best football players ever, 67 of 73, the best quarterbacks to never win a Super Bowl. Frank Gotch. Frank Beard. Birthplace, Texas, USA. Frankston, more Frank Beard, 83 of 532, the best drummers of all time, 6 of 35 famous people with literal and hilarious names. Franklin Graham. Birthplace, USA, Asheville, North Carolina. Frank Albert Scott. Frank Morgan. Birthplace, New York City, USA, New York. More Frank Morgan, 471 of 1017. The best actors in film history, 188 of 237. Which actor would you bring back for one final movie? 9 of 14. The Wizard of Oz stars, where did they go? Frank Brimsek. Birthplace, Eveleth, Minnesota. More Frank Brimsek, 58 of 99. The top hockey goaltenders of all time, 34 of 105. The greatest Boston Bruins of all time. Frank Boucher. Birthplace, Ottawa, Canada. More Frank Boucher, 38 of 120. The greatest New York Rangers of all time, 7 of 34. The best New York Rangers coaches of all time. Frank Marino. Birthplace, Montreal, Canada. More Frank Marino, 146 of 639. The greatest lead guitarists of all time, 167 of 542. The greatest guitarists of all time, 108 of 210. The best metal guitarists and guitar teams. Frank Caliendo. Birthplace, Chicago, Illinois, USA. More Frank Caliendo, 156 of 233. The funniest stand-up comedians of all time, 4 of 49. The best celebrity impersonators ever, 14 of 35. The most successful Mad TV cast members. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Jr. Birthplace, Campobello Island, Canada. More Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Jr. 53 of 127 celebrities who have been married 4 or more times. 5 of 31 famous people who died on their birthday. Frank Howard. Birthplace, Columbus, Ohio. More Frank Howard, 73, 142. The greatest left fielders of all time, 50 of 98. The greatest out-of-shape athletes in sports. Frank Tanner. Birthplace, Detroit, Michigan. More Frank Tanana, 106 of 197. The greatest pitchers of all time, 33 of 118. The greatest left-handed pitchers of all time. Frank Chance. Birthplace, Salida, California. More Frank Chance, 176 of 255. The best players in the Baseball Hall of Fame, 141 of 708. The best hitters in baseball history, 165 of 582. The greatest baseball players of all time. Frank Borman. Birthplace, Gary, Indiana, United States of America. More Frank Borman, 32 of 92. Famous only children, 104 of 112. Celebrities born on Pi Day, 39 of 331. Male space travelers, a complete list. Frank White. Birthplace, Greenville, Mississippi. More Frank White, 132 of 511. The best baseball players not in the Hall of Fame, 26 of 148. Greatest second baseman of all time, 3 of 94. The best Kansas City Royals of all time. Frank Stallone. Birthplace, New York City, New York, USA. More Frank Stallone, 491 of 603. The best rock vocalists, 19 of 32. Celebrities turning 70 in 2020, 21 of 28 actors who were also one-hit wonders. Frank Manaflik. Birthplace Timmins, Canada. More Frank Mavlik, 40 of 502. The best NHL players of all time, 8 of 93. The best Toronto Maple Leafs of all time, 17 of 111. The greatest Montreal Canadiens of all time. Frank Darabont. Birthplace Montbéliard, France. More Frank Darabont, 39 of 249. The greatest living directors, ranked 159 of 743. The greatest directors in movie history, 49 of 138. The greatest Hollywood screenwriters of all time, ranked. Frank Beamer. Birthplace Mount Airy, North Carolina. More Frank Beamer, 23 of 133. The best college football coaches of all time, 62 of 63. The best NFL head coaches to have a beer with. Frank Bruno. Birthplace Hammersmith, London, United Kingdom. More Frank Bruno, 1749 of 1816. The best athletes of all time, 144, 178. The best boxers of all time, 179 of 207. The best boxers of the 20th century. Frank Viola. Birthplace East Meadow, New York. More Frank Viola, 98 of 146. The best Boston Red Sox of all time, 125 of 278. The best starting pitchers of all time, 56 of 207. The greatest New York Mets of all time. Frank Hero. Birthplace Belleville, New Jersey. More Frank Hero, 58 of 115. The best screamo bands of all time, 35 of 97. Which celeb do you want as your introverted best friend? 261 of 414. The best alternative bands/artists. Frank DeBoer. Birthplace Hoorn, Kingdom of the Netherlands. More Frank de Boer, 145 of 1310. The best soccer players of all time, 62 of 164. The best soccer players of the 90s, 76 of 452. The best soccer defenders of all time. Frank Miller. Birthplace USA, Alney, Maryland. More Frank Miller, 22 interesting facts you may not know about Frank Miller. 12 of 18 famous writers and artists who were terrible humans. 20 of 55 the greatest Batman artists of all time. Frank Gehry. Birthplace Toronto, Canada. Frank Welker. Birthplace USA, Denver, Colorado. More Frank Welker, 4 of 126. The all-time best voice actors, 11 of 15 voice-over artists you probably didn't know you knew. 131 of 208 dream casting celebrities we want to see on The Masked Singer. Frank O'Hara. Birthplace Baltimore, Maryland. More Frank O'Hara, 124 of 250. The best gay authors, 13 of 118. The best American poets, 78 of 168. The best poets of the 20th century. Frank Robinson. Birthplace Beaumont, Texas. More Frank Robinson, 45 of 255. The best players in the Baseball Hall of Fame, 19 of 708. The best hitters in baseball history, 41 of 582. The greatest baseball players of all time. Frank Gore. Birthplace Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida. United States of America more Frank Gore 16 of 206 the best NFL running backs of all time 7 of 64 the best Miami football players of all time 445 of 583 the greatest entertainers of all time. Frank Vincent. Birthplace USA, Massachusetts, North Adams more 45 of 94 celebrities who died in 2017 11 of 20 actors in the most Martin Scorsese movies. Frank McCourt. Birthplace New York City, New York, United States of America more Frank McCourt 521 of 1172 the best writers of all time 63 of 108 the best Catholic authors 27 of 33 the best Irish authors. Franklin Pierce. Birthplace Hillsborough, New Hampshire, United States of America more Franklin Pierce 9 of 45 who would win in an ultimate presidential fist fight 43 of 45 the greatest presidents of all time 43 of 44 U.S. presidents who are worthy enough to wield a Mjolnir. Frank Gifford. Birthplace Santa Monica, California, United States of America more Frank Gifford 88 of 150 athletes you didn't know were conservative 92 of 214 the best wide receivers of all time 287 of 1323 the best football players ever. Frank Rijkaard. Birthplace Amsterdam, Netherlands more Frank Rijkaard 490 of 1816 the best athletes of all time 46 of 329 the most obnoxious athletes. Frank Mir. Birthplace Las Vegas, Nevada, United States of America more Frank Mir 43 of 145 the greatest MMA legends of all time 225 of 235 the all-time greatest martial arts actors 118 of 143 the best martial artists in history. Frank Thomas. Birthplace Columbus, Georgia, United States of America. Frank Lloyd Wright. Birthplace Richland Center, Wisconsin more Frank Lloyd Wright 247 of 2443 the most influential people of all time 13 of 1283 every person has been immortalized in a Google Doodle 11 of 15 famous people you didn't know were Wiccan or interested in witchcraft. Frank Zappa. Birthplace Baltimore, Maryland, USA more Frank Zappa the best Frank Zappa albums list 213 of 603 the best rock vocalists 164 of 1728 the best rock bands of all time. Frank Oz. Birthplace Hereford, England more Frank Oz 542 of 904 celebrity death pool 2021 23 of 120 the best comedy directors in film history 110 of 309 famous people most likely to live to 100. Frank Capra. Birthplace Bisoglino, Italy. Frank Lampard. Birthplace Romford, London, United Kingdom or Frank Lampard 111 of 164 who's the best player in the Premier League 5 of 17 the best players in MLS 1 of 292 the best Chelsea players of all time. Frank Ocean. Birthplace, Long Beach, California. More Frank Ocean. The best Frank Ocean albums. Ranked 650 of 739. The best singers of all time. 277 of 316. The greatest singers of the past 30 years. Frank Grillo. Birthplace, New York City, New York, United States of America. More Frank Grillo. 80 of 87 celebrities who should be A-listers. 296 of 302. The greatest actors who have never won an Oscar for acting. 119 of 258. The best Marvel movie actors ever. Frank Langella. Birthplace, Bayonne, New Jersey, United States of America. More Frank Langella. 208 of 264. The best male actors working today. 333 of 1017. The best actors in film history. 143 of 187. The best living American actors. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Birthplace, New York City, Hyde Park, New York, USA. More Franklin D. Roosevelt. What was Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt's relationship really like? 3 of 44. Which U.S. presidents do you wish were in charge right now? 10, 12 of 13, 55. The greatest minds of all time. Frank Sinatra. Birthplace, Hoboken, New Jersey, United States of America. More Frank Sinatra. The best Frank Sinatra albums of all time. Smooth facts you didn't know about Frank Sinatra.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care. Bye.